Yeah, it's about the bag with the triple single crew. We got Ronnie, Doc, Antonio, the real deal too. They coming and dropping knowledge, you know that they get to work. You know that triple single cover Bay Area sports. You know I'm coming hard, I don't feel like I'm in a hurry. Like number 30, I really got the range like Stephen Curry. Get a couple rings and
What's going on, everybody? It's the triple single crew. This is the real deal. I got Doc Antonio Martinez with me and Ronnie as well. So, everybody, we got to talk about this baseball team, the Gigantes, man. The Gigantes can't stop winning. I love it. I love what Farhan is doing, putting together these group of just merry band of misfits again. It feels like uh, Back to the Future all over again, I guess. And I just want to get your guys' take on what's going on with the Giants right now. It feels like it's a different hero every night, and what you think it'll take going forward. Obviously, the bullpen, we can get into that. But what do you guys think?
I'm excited. I think you put it really well. It's a band of misfits. It reminds me a lot of the 2010 Giants World Series run. Not to say that it's going to have the same outcome, but just basically guys who are
Yeah.
playing really hard with a combination of some good vets. Posey is showing why he deserves to have an opportunity at the Hall of Fame once it's all said and done for him. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the all-star starting catcher this season.
Absolutely.
He's killing it. And then you have Brandon Belt and Brandon Crawford. Man, it seems like they've turned back the clock, and because they're not only hitting, but they're hitting with a lot of power. I know Brandon Belt's always had it, but Crawford, man, he's smoking the
Yep.
ball. Clearly, just the analytics and just the different approaches that have been instilled into our offense, more specifically our hitters, is working for everybody now, right? I think we saw a little glimpse of it working for Belt, maybe a little bit more than Crawford last year, but this year is coming together for both of them. And so I'm excited, man. If the pitching staff can continue to pitch well, keep the games, maybe allowing 3, 4 runs at most, I think we actually have an offense that can win if that's the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like to add on to what Doc said. Giants are one of the best teams in sports right now, or in baseball specifically, at 22-14. You know, possibly the best record in the league right now. I'm looking at it right now. It says the Cardinals shared the same record. So
Yeah.
the Giants are up top. So, they've been playing great ball. Like you said, Buster Posey's been hot. Sitting out that year last year, I think definitely helped them out a lot. The game against Joe Musgrove, Brandon Crawford hit a huge 3-run home run. Brandon Belt has been hitting more lately too. So, the OGs are getting it. So
And Longo. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, the OGs are, like showing that experience on like, yeah, I'm still this old or I'm old, but I can still play. So, the pitching's been great too. I mean, like we said before, the bullpen, we need a closer. So, once, they figure that problem out, I think it's a complete team, like just all around, because the hitting's been great and, been holding teams to like no more than 4 runs. So
Yeah.
it's very fun to watch.
Yeah, it's definitely fun to watch again, and it just reminds me a lot of the A's, right? Like I don't know about you guys, but it's like I see these guys hitting 220, 230, but they're hitting bombs,
Yep.
and it's just fun to watch. I don't even care about our batting average right now because I know that when guys are in runners in scoring position, we're gonna bring them in, or somebody's gonna hit a bomb late to tie it up or go ahead. And it's just fun to watch. Honestly, the only question is like, can you hang on to that lead late in the game? And so far we have been. We kind of
Yeah.
recovered a little bit
Yeah.
the last few games, right?
Last
So
few games. Yep.
yeah, I like Littell a lot. Power righty, long beard. That's the new guy that just came up. I like him. Duvall seems like you can use him in certain
Yeah.
situations. And then if McGee can just stay steady, I think I don't know if he's the closer to end this season. I don't see that because I don't think you can pitch off the fastball only, and then only sometimes use some kind of changeup or slide piece. So I don't see that, but I think he can be a big piece there in the eighth and sometimes the ninth going forward. And again, think about it, guys. Yaz has been kind of cold. He just came back. He's kind of heating up, but he was cold to start, got hurt. Uh, Dickerson is out. Flores is still cold. Donnie Barrels is out. All these guys that were the
Mhm.
heroes last
Yep.
year,
Yep.
aren't even in the lineup contributing, and we're still got the best record. Imagine when Yaz really gets hot, and he's starting to. Imagine when he gets hot, Flores gets it going. It just looks really, really fun. And and so, like I said, yeah, it does remind me a little bit of the A's, though. So I do see some of the money ball and the analytics coming into play when it comes to just this philosophy of, I don't care who comes off the bench. It might be Slater, it might be Doobie. They're ready to hit.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth, real deal, when you said that we actually have some great bats who are not even contributing to the best
Yep.
of their abilities right now, and that's pretty wild to think about, right? Because imagine if they start to get hot, either one or two things are going to happen. Either everyone's going to be hot at once, or they're going to make up for when the guys that are hot right now start to cool off, right? That's
Yep.
my hope, that we never get to a point where just everybody's cold. I don't think we're going to get to there, because it looks like we just have a really great system in place to ensure consistency. And that's the biggest thing in baseball, just consistency. In regards to your take, as for McGee, yeah, I don't think he's going to be the closer to end the season. My hope is that Farhan has identified that, he's going to have to look for an arm in one way or another, or potentially maybe one of the guys that is in the minor league, or somebody that's in the starting lineup. I mean, that in the starting rotation now, who maybe might struggle a bit as the season goes on. I hope that's not the case, but might be able to fill in that role. I mean, just imagine if like Alex Wood, for whatever reason, gets hit around a few times, but he becomes a closer and he can maximize his stuff for one inning. That dude's just nasty, from his delivery to his stuff. So we got guys in house too that could potentially fulfill that role if we're just, in desperation mode, because we can't find the right fit at the trade deadline. So I'm excited. I'm just excited to see where the season's going to go. And what I'm also excited about, much like the Dubs, is that we have a lot of great young talent coming up too. That's the wild thing. Like, I knew Farhan was known for this type of development, and that's why he was brought into the role that he's holding. But man, he's actually done it a lot faster than I could have imagined. I thought it was going to at least be 5 years of just being in the cellar.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look. Have you guys seen what Ramos is hitting right now? Dude is raking in AA.
That's my guy, Ramos.
That's my guy too. I mean, you
Yeah.
watch that guy, he looks like a multiple time all-star.
Yeah.
I mean, he just looks like an absolute beast. He's built to last. Let's put it that way. Just really strong lower half, really strong kid. He's only 21 years old. I mean, if you think
21.
about that, guys like Tatis, I mean, he's strong as well. But, you could see somebody like that breaking down. I can't see a guy like Ramos breaking down at all. Like, when he comes up here, he's going to be ready to go. And I could see him just being able to just pencil him in every day. He'll be ready to go. But who do you got, Ronnie? Who's kind of like, who's caught your eye that maybe you weren't sure it was going to get hot to start this season?
The OG himself, Buster Posey, after taking a year off of just not playing baseball, like, I don't think any of us expected for him to be this hot, batting over like 350, being, I believe, top 10 in home runs, and, he's just bringing guys in. And what's definitely helped him out is, I've watched highlights and I've actually watched the games. He's hitting to right field. Like, each of that, like, he's going the opposite way. And I think that's what's definitely helped San Francisco out, but what's also making him more dangerous of a hitter, because if he starts hitting that way, like, he can hit it anywhere and, he'll get an easy base hit. So that's who I say definitely caught my attention. Like, I knew he was a great catcher, but like, after sitting out a whole year, I wouldn't expect him to be as hot as he is right now.
Yeah. And let me give a random shout out based off what we're talking about, but I want to give a shout out to Drew Robinson, who plays for, I believe, our AAA baseball team. If you don't know his story, feel free to look it up. Again, his name is Drew Robinson.
You guys can check our Twitter. I put that homer up. Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, he hit a home run. I'm not going to go into the details, but he only has one eye that functions. And to be able to hit a home run at any level of baseball with only one eye, right? That's just incredible and inspiring. And man, the guy deserves a lot of love. And I'm actually really proud of our organization for giving him a chance to keep playing, because they easily could have said, man, like, we don't want to even put you at risk, to hurt yourself. You know what I mean? Because you don't have the ability to see, right, as in the way that other players possibly can. And so shout out to the Giants organization for giving him a chance to prove that he can still play, regardless of what happens with his baseball career. Really grateful for him to still be here with us. And congrats, Drew Robinson, man. I hope that was a moment in memory you'll never forget.
Yeah, great.
In his hometown too. of Las
Mhm.
Vegas. So that just makes
Yeah.
it more special.
Yeah, that's such a great point, but by both of you, really well said, Doc. And yeah, it was in his hometown. That's right.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
yeah, so it was really cool to see. And yeah, I made sure I posted that. So go ahead and check it out, you guys, at TSC Bay Area. It was just a beautiful shot too. Just that nice short stroke. Leg kick.
Mhm.
He's just got a really pure, beautiful contact
Yep.
swing from the left side.
Yep.
And so who knows? He may come up. The way that Farhan is. We're just kind of rotating these guys in and out. One guy I have to talk about real quick because I'm so impressed with his progress is Steven Duggar. I
Mm.
mean,
Mhm.
Duggar started hitting line drives. I was like, man, who is this guy? And he's kind of reminded me, not to go back to the basketball, but it's kind of like Jordan Poole. Like they send him down, he learned and he kind of adjusted, and now he's just playing with so much confidence. And so, we know his defense was really good, but the fact that he's got the stroke going now too is just so impressive. So I need to make sure I plugged him. Just so many guys,
Yeah.
so many
Yeah.
guys.
A lot of love that can go around for this team. It's a very lovable group. It doesn't seem like anybody has that, ego that makes them want to be at the forefront, no matter how great all of them are playing. It seems like they understand that they need to count on each other to get as far as they might want to get. Um, and yeah, it's exciting to see winning baseball in San Francisco. I know another thing we wanted to mention for those that follow us that may be A's fans. We, shout out to them too for having another great
Yeah.
season so far. I mean, I'm gonna be very candid. I probably couldn't name you 5 players on their roster, but what I can tell you is that they're clearly having an amazing season. And I share that because I also just want to highlight the news that broke, I believe today, if not yesterday, about them possibly moving out of Oakland and just how heartbreaking that would be for the community, for the city, and just obviously for all A's fans. We know the Raiders made the move to Las Vegas, and it sounds like that might be the move that the A's make as well. And so,
Wow.
just sending a lots of love to those diehard A's fans who will probably still cheer them on no matter how far they go. But we know that would be a punch to the stomach there.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up, Doc. As far as just the local Bay Area news, like you guys know, we're TSC Bay Area. We're not just one side of the Bay. So definitely, and I hope they stay. I saw the mock-ups a few years back for that for that stadium that they had by the water, similar to
Mhm.
our situation, right, at the terminal. And I was like, that would be great, but they got to get it together. They really do, and figure out a way to do this because now they're the only team in the market. The with the Raiders being gone and the Warriors now obviously at Chase in San Francisco, really it's just the A's, and they have too rich of a history. For those that don't know, going all the way back to the 70s with all these guys, I could name off a bunch of guys, but Mr. October started out as an A. For those of you going back to the
Yep.
some of the greatest hitters in World Series history, that guy was an A. We've got obviously Vita Blue, who was an A and a Giant. All these guys, Raleigh Fingers, and I can go on, and obviously Ricky Henderson in the 80s. But
Mm-hmm.
the 70s, they had, I think, 2 or 3 championships there in the mid to late 70s. And, that was a time when the Reds kind of ruled
Yep.
things.
Yep.
And so it was just incredibly impressive. So you're looking at, like back in the old days, it was Steelers and Cowboys in the 70s. Well, it was A's and Reds in
Right.
terms of baseball. So just such a rich history. And, the fans deserve to see that team stay. I know the Raider Nation obviously does as well, but that one, the writing was on the wall for years and years and years.
Yeah.
This one would be really a gut punch, like you said. So I hope they stay. I would love to see right here. I got you guys more Battle of the Bay. All right.
Yeah.
And more, more. I love Bay Area baseball, man. I mean, obviously I'm a huge Giants fan, but I love the Bay Bridge rivalry, right? The Bay Bridge series.
Yep.
And so I would love to see a Bay Bridge World Series.
Yeah,
That's
that'd be
great for the
awesome.
Bay. It's great for our fans and our culture.
As long as we win this time around,
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think I don't think I want to see the repeat of last time. I'm
Exactly.
glad I wasn't alive during that time because I would have probably stopped watching sport television for a whole year, if
Yeah.
not more. That would have broke my heart.
Definitely. Anything else you want to add, Ron? Just on just Bay Area or East Bay?
Yeah, I mean, just to add on what you say, I love, Battle of the Bay. It's awesome when, those two teams clash. I mean, I know the last few times that they played, it hasn't gone our way, but, it's still, really fun to watch, you know, that battle just to like, you know, have bragging rights and stuff. So,
Yeah.
you know, I've been to a couple, you know, Battle of the Bay games myself, and I think I've been to two, 1-1, you know, A's taking one, Giants taking one. And I also have that thing that you got too. So I don't want
Yeah.
to go all the way out there and go get it. But I have one, but you know, I mean, it'll be the third team to leave Oakland. I mean, the
Yeah.
Warriors left for San Francisco, and then
Good
the
call,
Ravens
Ron.
left for Las Vegas. So, you know, I just think, you know, as a diehard like Oakland fan, I feel like it would be just heartbreaking just to see like that team just go away just like that. So, you know,
Yeah.
especially with the way they're playing too. They're playing great baseball. So,
Yeah.
you know, it would just suck if they leave. And, you know, I would definitely, you know, not want them to leave. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, my
Such a
hope
great
would
fan
be
base.
that wherever they'd end up, hopefully they can maybe get some new ownership that actually wants to invest into the ball club. You know,
Yeah.
because A's fans deserve that, man. They're winning, but let's be honest, they're not winning because they're willing to go out and bring the best players. Like they
No.
obviously have an amazing scouting department that's doing a great job, much like the Giants have begun to do. But just imagine if they were actually adding some already well established talent to that young group of players.
Yeah.
We could see a Battle of the Bay World Series if that were to happen.
Yeah, I would love to see that, and I'd love to see it continue. I'd love to see them, like you said, as a credit too to that scouting department and what Billy Bean has built over there. It's much more than just a great story and great
Yep.
movie, obviously, but it
Yep.
was like it's really it's the culture,
It's the culture.
and it's
Mhm.
amazing the players that they churn out, and year after year, you know, almost every single year, those guys are in it and they're winning either the most games or close to the most games in the league, and
Yep.
it just goes so unnoticed. So great points by you guys. And so just want to say, you guys continue to follow us. We really appreciate it. We really appreciate the support. Continue to like the channel. Shout out to Ronnie's mom as always. And thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
See y'all.